Now listen, we know for a fact that the people who don't wear masks aren't getting tested. Is that a fair assumption? So that means, of course, the people wearing the mask are the ones getting tested. Right? And therefore, they're the people driving up the cases. Well, for crying out loud, I mean, this is so simple. This math is so simple. You know, it's very important for us to realize when we're being manipulated. Remember, we're used to going on about our daily lives. And for the past 200 years, nobody has needed to sit around the table and talking about their rights. Nobody has had to do that. But suddenly now, we are tasked every day with having to make an evaluation about where we are in our world, in our country. No! Never leave spontaneity to chance. But right now we're tasked in a situation where we have to spend time figuring out what tomorrow's going to look like. And many people are very concerned. We're losing our jobs, we're losing our money, we're losing our minds. Abuse is on the rise, addiction is on the rise. Listen, don't dump your shit on your spouse. It's okay to be angry. Anger is not one of the 7 deadly sins. One of my favorite writers, John Bradshaw, once said he went to school and a nun showed him pictures of their souls on anger. And then he says, I wonder where she got the pictures. There's nothing wrong with anger. Anger and love come from the same well springs of the human being. Without anger, you cannot have your love. And without your anger, you cannot stand up for your human rights. Now listen, I gotta tell you something. Last night, we were here huddling with our partners at Stand Up Canada. We were at the Hilton. We called to make sure that there was a mask exemption in place before we got there. It was on my reservation. We were sitting down like normal human beings, having a conversation, talking about this event and how good we could make it for everyone, when we were approached by some authoritarian manager who thought he would take it upon himself to attack us for not wearing a mask. That's the Hilton Toronto. The manager thought that he could rewrite the laws. So he called the police. And rather than the police supporting us and upholding our rights, for which, of course, they swore an oath to do, they backed the manager, they arrested us, and they converted another mass resistance into a trespass to property. Isn't that fancy? So, to the Hilton, we say you will never see the line again because you crossed the line. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. I've studied psychology for many years. I want to give you the definition of mental health so that you know you're not nuts. It's a sense of well-being. It's a sense of self-acceptance. It's the capacity to relate and the ability to love and to work productively without encroaching on the rights of others. We've got a bunch of sick people out here. Our businesses are violating rights daily. You can barely get food anymore or even use a public washroom without getting told or treated like you have violated a contract you never knew you signed. Our rights are unalienable. They supersede any law whatsoever in this country. We are human beings. We come first. Our needs come first. The safety of our children, they come first. So let me tell you something. We've got a huge announcement later to make, and I can't wait to do it. In fact, I want to do it right now, but I'm resisting because I went to Wednesday night therapy. I'm okay. But I'm dying to tell you because you're going to love it. And it's all for the people. The line works for the people. Our partners work for the people. Hugs Over Masks, Vaccines Choice Canada, Vax Canada. These are the people who are pushing for your rights. Please follow them everywhere. Follow us on Twitter at The Line Media. Follow us on Facebook at The Line Canada. And please know that we are serious about working in the service of protecting your rights. Thank you very much for being here, Toronto. Let's start the day. I want you to say hello to a friend of mine who's earned your trust. He's my business partner. I love this guy. He has kept you going for weeks with the rest of us. I can't wait to tell you more, but for now, please put your hands together for Lamont Dego! It's all you, bro.
Oh, good idea. I think I should take the front. What do you think? Here I come. Rise up! Rise up! Rise up! Rise up! People, oh my goodness gracious. I'm in love with you all right now. Give yourselves some love. You know what? Last week we gave each other hugs. Give yourselves some hugs right now. I don't see you guys hugging. Oh my God. What crazy action. So listen, guys, I'm going to make this quick. We've had a lot of really great speakers all of a sudden come and want to do this with us. And once the Quebecois said they were coming, we went, we're going all the way. Right? My God. The Quebecois have really led the pace. And when we came back from Ottawa and Montreal last round, we said to ourselves, we're not going to be in Queen's Park anymore to handle a couple of hundred people. We got to come here and handle thousands. You guys are thousands. We're going to finally show Toronto what's going on. Because honestly, it's not about the speeches. It's really not. We can do social media. We know what's going on out there. It's great for our people to give updates up here and see people we haven't seen before. And the Quebecois are definitely here. This is a wonderful support. So I'm going to say a little word, and then we're going to get into the first speaker today, okay? So here I try some French. Can you guys imagine? Here I go. Ben oui, je dis pas tabarnak. Maybe so. Bonjour à tous mes amis. À tous nos Canadiens, Québécois, Anglais, Première Nation, visiteurs et les familles d'immigrants. Hello, my friends, all Canadian, Quebec, English, First Nations visitors and new immigrant families, even our wonderful Nigerians. Pour la première fois dans l'histoire, nous sommes ici aujourd'hui, ensemble pour lutter pour notre liberté et nos droits. For the first time in history, we are here today, together to fight for our freedoms and rights. Mon nom est Lamont Dego et je suis ici avec la Ligne Canada. Nous avons organisé les manifestations de la liberté à Toronto pour 27 semaines. Nous sommes ici pour inspirer votre esprit pour l'évolution de la révolution. Oh, oh. I always have this. Liberté! 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 My name is Lamont Dego, and I'm here with the Line Canada. We have organized the Toronto Freedom Events for over 27 weeks, and we are here to inspire your spirit for the evolution of the revolution. C'est si important pour le Canada à ce moment de nous voir ensemble, le peuple, pour maintenir nos libertés avec le combat contre la verrouillage. Le mot verrouillage me fait exciter. It is so important for Quebec right now and Canada to see us all together, the people, to maintain our freedom with a fight for our freedoms against the lockouts. Alors, que signifie le symbole? What does this symbol mean? Ce symbole est un O pour l'oppression. Le gouvernement a traversé la ligne et nous traçons la ligne. All right? You get me? I'm going to say it in English just so you get it one more time for you people. The symbol is O for oppression. The government has crossed a line, and we're drawing the line. Freedom! 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 Le peuple uni toujours sera vainqueur. The people united will always be victorious. Rejoignez-nous sur thelinecanada.com et rejoignez le mouvement international. Montrez ce que le Canada est avec elle. Join us at thelinecanada.com and join the international movement. Show them that Canada is with them. Nous résisterons, nous ne serons pas silencieux, nous ne serons pas contrôlés et nous ne serons pas opprimés. Réveillez le Canada. We will resist, we will not be silenced, we will not be controlled, and we will not be oppressed. Wake up, Canada! Wake up, Canada! Rise up! Rise up! Freedom! Liberté! Coupe le corps, coupe le corps! Coupe le corps, coupe le corps! Wow. Like I said, the people united will always be victorious. Merci beaucoup, mes amis. Je vous aime too. Thank you. I love you all. Give me some love. Liberté! 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 George, we need another speaker, my friend. Here you go, buddy.
That was Lamont. I mean, come on. When you build trust, you get this kind of response. Because when you have a group of people who truly care, people will believe in you. So let me bring on another person who truly cares, who I've known for a few years. She has been active for many years in the vaccine resistance community. And we are honored to have her here this afternoon with you. Folks, give her some Toronto love and say hello to Amanda Forbes.
Yeah, Amanda, best ever. Yes.
Here we go again, guys. What are we? Week 27 of 2 weeks to flatten the curve.
Oh, wow.
Woo! What a beautiful sight you guys all are. Oh, united once again for a common cause. Take a look around you, guys. Take a look around. Look at all of you beautiful, patriot, freedom-loving Canadians. Okay, Canada. I need to hear you make some noise in the name of freedom. Freedom! Freedom! Woo! I want to welcome you all, Ontarians, Quebec, First Nations, all across Canada. I want to welcome you on behalf of Christine and I today, and all these other wonderful groups that have helped make today possible. We are here today to announce something massive for Canada, and I'm sure some of you have heard the rumblings. It's a sign, you guys! It's a sign! Woo! Today, we are putting it out into the universe to make it official. Canada has been chosen as the new arm for children's health defense. Yep. Children's Health Defense, which is run by RFK Jr., Mary Holland, and many other amazing freedom-loving people. Just to name a few, they're very excited to expand and support. Sorry. Here we go. Canada. As well as work in collaboration on many, many, many shared goals we have together. Children's Health Defence Canada has been very special to my heart, as well as Christine's, so we are honored to be the ones launching this here in Canada today. We are in the process, so stay tuned, keep an eye out for us, because we'll be coming in hard and fast, guys. We're so excited to get to work on many Canadian initiatives, and some that I'm sure will have you as excited as we are. In fact, do you want to give them a little hint, Christine?
So Children's Health Defence Canada is proud to announce for our very first initiative, we will be partnering with Parents for MaskFreeEducation.com. They are an empowered organization of parents filing a legal challenge against the school boards in Ontario for egregious and dangerous mask policies being forced on Ontario school children. And we invite all of you to join us and support us to save our children.
So now as I end this off, I'd like to bring someone up who I'm sure many of you know, our surprise speaker that I'm sure you've all seen. Please help me welcome a world traveler, a truth speaker, a natural health advocate, and a warrior for the people and the planet. Please welcome Mr. David Avocado Wolf.
I love this woman. Thank you so much. Watch yourself. I love this city. I love the people of Toronto. I adopted it as my city over 20 years ago. Came originally from New York City. I came up here. I saw a friend of mine cut right on Yonge Street, right in front of a cop. The cop was waved at him. I thought, this is my place. We love this city and we love freedom. And we're going right after the core of their deception. We're going after their weakest link. As a student of the law, I investigate what part of their case is the weakest, and it's the PCR test. The polymerase chain reaction test. Dr. Carrie Mullis, who died on August 7th, 2019, just coincidentally, right before the pandemic, scandemic, and now we're in pandemic 2. Remember what Ball Gates said? We'll wait till the next one. We want him captured alive. We want him captured alive. And he's going to be put on trial for crimes against humanity. His best friend, his business partner, called him a ruthless schemer. A ruthless schemer. We want him taken alive. He's going to vaccinate or inject. We can't call them vaccines anymore because they have nothing to do with any vaccination of any sort. We will not be injected with their synthetic chemicals based on a fake, phony PCR test that when your viral load starts to go up because you're wearing a mask, your viral load goes up because you're catching a cold, your viral load goes up because you have a fever. As soon as that goes up, now you're suddenly a positive case? What kind of nonsense is this? We will get you. We will get you. We will arrest you. We will seize your assets. We're coming for you. You cannot hide, Justin Castro. We're coming for you. We know who you are.
we're not going to hold back anymore either. We're not going to hold back because they want to insist that you get their medical injections. No, we will not take your injections. That is rape. We will not be raped by the state. We will not get your synthetic chemicals and heavy metals. We will not get your microchips. On one side, you've got Linda Gates going, oh, my husband would never inject anybody with a microchip. On the other side, the FDA in the United States is about to improve their injectable microchips. These people are not even good liars. No, we're not going to take your injection, and it's not called a vaccine. We're not going to take your injection of viruses. We're not going to take your injection of Lyme spirochetes. We're not going to take your injection of fungi. We know what the history of this vaccine agenda is. It's created an epidemic, the real epidemic of childhood diseases, childhood cancers, unbelievable devastation of families with autism, unbelievable destruction of innocent people. This is a Luciferic agenda, and since this will not be broadcast on the news, we will tell you the truth. Underneath it all, their satanic agenda is exactly connected to this lockdown, to their quarantine, to their social distancing, to their Masonic initiatory rites of wearing a mask. We're not wearing your goddamn mask. Take your mask and shove it up your ass. We're not taking their germ theory warfare either. This germ theory, this is where we are now. In 1901, Nikola Tesla patented an ozone machine that stops infectious diseases. The entire idea that they're selling us, well, we need that polio vaccine because, well, what's going to stop polio? Ozone will stop it. Ozone stops it. It stops it in 2 minutes. Even the most reactive ozone in the world will oxidize polio anaerobic virus in 2 minutes. So we already had the cure long ago, but this monopoly will not give up. They want you with their trillions of dollars and their ball and Melinda Gates Foundation and all of their corporate interests that have now taken over your federal government. Right? Who does Justin Castro work for? He works for the World Health Organization, the World Health Organization. Are you done with it? I am. I'll fight to the death before I'm going to take their bullshit. Yeah, I will fight them to the death. It's over. Am I going to? Let's put it here. Here's where we go on the legal side. We go after their PCR test. We go after the weakest chain in their link. We go after how fraudulent it is and how it cannot differentiate a coronavirus from a rhinovirus or any other virus. We go after that weak link until we break them through the judiciary, because the judiciary is on our side. The police are on our side. The people are on our side. Children are on our side. The world is looking at Toronto and wondering, are they on our side? And yes, world, we are on your side. Have the best day ever. Give it all a roll. Give it some love. Wow. Wow. Okay, moving right along. Folks. Folks, please say hello to Christine Colbeck.
Dr. Marissa Heisel is a holistic doctor who specialized in women and children's health for 21 years. She trained as a chiropractor as well as midwifery and child psychology. Dr. Marissa is the Ontario coordinator for the Forum for Canadian Sovereignty.
Look at you! Hello, free breathers and free thinkers. I'm Dr. Marissa Heisel, and in April, I traded in my chiropractic license of 21 years for the freedom to speak truth. Canadian chiropractors, medical doctors, nurses, dentists, naturopaths, massage therapists, every single licensed health professional was being forbidden by our associations and our colleges from even saying the words immune system or talking about how to support human health. Right. The narrative of maintaining a 6-foot distance, of washing your hands and staying home was the only narrative that we were allowed to parrot. At some point in April, it became obvious that the story that we were being sold stunk. News stations around the world were showing scenes from hospitals over and over and declaring them as their own. Numbers began seeming nonsensical in relation to the draconian lockdown measures that were being taken. Health organizations started flip-flopping back and forth on their narrative and on their messaging. A few brave medical doctors and nurses started speaking up about the true nature of this illness and of the inept treatment efforts that were being taken. But meanwhile, more people were dying of isolation, suicide, and a lack of medical care for their genuine health needs than any were dying from a supposed virus. I've known for more than 21 years that the industrial medical complex and big pharma are callous and corrupt. I've watched as medical mismanagement, maltreatment, and pharmaceutical horror shows have taken the lives of people in my care. But it wasn't until April that I started to recognize the web of deceit that was being perpetrated against us. A web that included medicine, the pharmaceutical industry, education, government, media, banking, the law, and on and on and on. A web that was being unleashed against us with this supposed virus to bring us to our knees begging for a prophylactic pharmaceutical injection. And instead what it has done is it has awoken so many of us to the charade that is being played out against us by governments, globalists, and technocrats around the world, along with their puppet masters. Thankfully, there are good people across the world who are willing to raise their voices. Critical thinkers and activists who are calling out the game and the players. We know that the virus has not been isolated. We know the false positive test for asymptomatic, i.e. healthy people, is 84 to 95%. We know that doctors and scientists around the world are calling out their governments. We know that the World Doctors Alliance is challenging the entire pandemic narrative, calling it out as untrue. And yet here in Canada, we have lone voices speaking out, a handful of doctors and scientists and lawyers, only a couple of political independents who are willing to open their mouths. I cannot believe that professionals around the world are more astute or aware than Canadians. All I can assume is that Canadian professionals and the Canadian people have been purposely and completely terrorized. And cowardice is a luxury that we no longer have time for. I realized that darkness must rise in order for us to see it and cut it off at the knees. We are the people who will create the world that we intend to live in. We are the people whose voices must call out the truth. I call on all health professionals, lawyers, bankers, teachers, police officers, military personnel, and all of the people of Canada to stand for justice. Stand for sovereignty and stand for love. Thank you.
Cheryl Yacom is the director of Vaccine Choice Canada, an organization that is very near and dear to my heart. It is with gratitude that I welcome Vaccine Choice Canada Director Cheryl Yacom.
Thanks, Christine. I just got the okay to make a little announcement, if that's okay. I want to say never underestimate the power of the people. There are a group of individuals that I had the pleasure to meet who are pretty upset with what's going on and they want answers. So what we have done is we talked to, you may have heard of him, Rocco Galati. And we asked him, how can we get a public inquiry and get some answers? And he said he's going to help. So in the crowd, you'll see people going around. They've got flyers. What we need to do is fundraise because it doesn't happen for free. Donations can be made at the constitutionalrightscenter.ca. And just in the note, say you want it for the citizens' public inquiry because we are demanding answers. For nearly 40 years, our organization, through its evolution, has stood up for the right of informed consent, as is a fundamental freedom guaranteed by the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Our work has always been important, but it has never been so critically important as it is today, as we face government tyranny and removal of our rights and freedoms under the guise of a virus. Let me be very clear on one point. The purpose of the Charter is not to empower government. It is in place to control and limit government and protect Canadians. The Charter outlines the basic principle to separate free citizens from those who are controlled. Violations of our freedoms will not be tolerated. Last year, we filed our first lawsuit against the Government of Ontario in response to Charter right violations. In July, we filed our second lawsuit against multiple levels of governments and individuals for the unjustified, unlawful, tyrannical measures they brought in under COVID-19. With both lawsuits, we retain the services of constitutional lawyer, Mr. Rocco Galati. So today I ask you, what will you stand for? Over the past months, we have seen endless examples of the harm done to our society and members of our community by the actions of our governments. We have stood silently while our loved ones have died alone in hospital without the support of their families. We have seen suicide, drug overdoses, and domestic abuse rates skyrocket. We have been separated from our friends and families. Businesses have been arbitrarily shut down for months on end, many of which will never reopen their doors. Our most vulnerable and long-term care homes have been isolated from their loved ones, and the environment that was supposed to be safe and supportive and helping them has become a prison. Patients have been unable to access health care, including tests, treatments, diagnoses, essential surgeries, and they have created fear so insurmountable that we even had radio ads telling people that if they're suffering a heart attack or stroke, that yeah, you really should call 911 and not die home alone. We have had a level of fear marketed to us at unprecedented levels, but through it all, what we have not had is accountability nor transparency. And so I ask you, what will you stand for? Why are our elected officials, barring one, Randy Hillier, not speaking out and demanding transparency from our Premier for all the decisions made to bring in these actions? Is it not their role as an elected official to represent our interests and uphold the Constitution? They say these actions are done to save lives, but yet there is no effort to differentiate between who has died with versus who has died from. And all of the deaths caused by these measures are being ignored. So it's a statement without merit. Why are our elected not demanding that our health minister disclose stats of people who test positive versus those who are actually sick or symptomatic or hospitalized? Why are they using a test with high inaccuracy rates? How can their actions possibly be justified without having even this most basic information? If truth, accuracy, and responsibility are not their priority, what is? Does it concern you that they have granted themselves impunity while they've imposed fines, penalties, and hardships on all of us? To our MPPs, I ask you, what will you stand for? What kind of world do you want to live in? When was the last time you saw someone smile? We now live in a society where mothers cannot recognize their own children because their faces are covered. If masks work, why can't residents in care homes or patients in hospitals not have visitors? If they don't work, why are they mandated? Where is the public debate on these issues? Where is the transparency? Where is the accountability? Where is the science? Why are the cries of our own Canadian doctors and scientists being ignored? Have you traded in your humanity for the illusion of safety? In the end, this is about freedom. Either you are free or you are not. So I ask you, what will you stand for?
How's it going, brother?
So our next speaker really does not need any introduction. He is world-renowned health and wellness expert who inspires all of us to be our best selves. Please welcome Jason Christoph.
Hello, fellow humans. Thanks for coming out today. I have two questions. What sort of world do we live in and how did we get here? We live in a world where our governments can install tracking apps on our phones in only weeks. But mysteriously, the same government can't seem to develop any app so the people themselves can vote on each law that governs them. We live in a world where each government-run school makes sure the graduating students can successfully fill out a resume. Yet mysteriously absent from the curriculum is the knowledge for each student to fill out a business plan. Sex ed as a title is never questioned in government schools, but why not love ed, connection ed, or family ed? The best of our humanity is being systematically removed by a structure of control, masquerading as progress and altruism. Our government maintains its power by removing ours. The most beautiful and powerful aspects of our humanity are being cleverly vaporized as we're tricked into believing indoctrination is education and that slavery is freedom. Chocolate bar, pop, and potato chip machines riddle our healthcare facilities. Smoking areas are to be found outside every hospital and fast food restaurants, serving food like things not fit for a maggot to eat. All stand as a testament to how far off the moral and ethical path our society has wandered. What sort of world do we live in? A world where we need to take our power back as individuals and as sovereign citizens. Debate, physical fitness, family planning, and ethics in school have now been replaced with the most basic life coping skills possible, setting up nothing more than a race to the bottom for our kids and our society overall. Our children are becoming skilled in nothing more than the fine art of telling the right lie to the right person at the right time in order to receive the right reward or the right paycheck. Our politicians and their corrupt coterie in science, medicine, and media are skilled graduates of this very system. We're told to constantly outsource the responsibility for our health to various government authorities, even though the public's overall health has fallen to its lowest level in recorded history. All this occurring as we've embraced the advice of our modern high priests of medicine in the white lab coats. How can we be missing that this group of ego-driven pharmaceutical reps have failed us miserably, yet they take no responsibility for the complete health carnage they've caused while simultaneously insisting they continue to have sole charge of the collective. I don't take financial advice from the poorest person in the room, and I don't take health advice from misleaders who can't produce healthy outcomes. How is it that these same people who have failed the health of our nation beyond measure have now been given priest class level authority over every facet of our lives? We removed the priest class hundreds of years ago in order to install a democratic process, which is now being completely subverted in only months. The priest class of old now ruling the flock, black robes traded in for white lab coats. A virus absent of its full genetic sequence, a PCR test manipulated to give any result desired, and a government psychologically manipulating the public at every turn. We've been consumed alive by this liaria-based system, and our corrupt media acts as the advertising wing to make all of us believe that this is normal and it's the best we can do. What world do we live in? A world where we all need to take our power back and take it back now. When children are born into our culture, we can't slather toxins into their eyes fast enough, plant the umbilical cord before it delivers our children what they need to thrive, or inject poison into our newborns before the first 24 hours has passed. And we wonder why our leaders are extremely defective and broken human beings. Many people now having children only to give them over immediately for consumption by the state. And we wonder why the adults who eventually become our leaders are dark, unethical, easy to manipulate, and of the weakest moral fiber imaginable. We can't process children through this system and not expect a full outbreak of psychopathy like we're currently experiencing. African folklore states the child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. We're now living this reality, and it's time for each person to take their power back. A society this lost and this weak attracts evil like rotten meat attracts the maggot. We wonder why the high offices of politics and power are now a lightning rod for the children we've systematically terrorized for generations on this planet. Our current parade of government darkness isn't just a simple leadership problem in banking, medicine, media, science, and government. This is a systematic problem tied to an ancient darkness and ancient evils on this planet, which love taking runs at our children. It takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a village as well to destroy a child. And it's time we stop taking a knee to our cultural brainwashing regarding what we're doing to our own children. We've forgotten how to identify evil and why we need to face it. By their fruits you shall know them. And it's beyond obvious that we are skirting this most simple analytical tool in order that we gain valuable insight into this COVID Hollywood production made of pure air and propaganda campaign unlike any other in human history. It's enough to make Satan himself blush and turn red with envy. These defective and broken people who are now leading this worldwide attack on humanity are mere products of a society that terrorizes and handicaps its own children. We've created these defective systems and the broken leaders who occupy its hierarchy. I'm getting the nod. These extremely broken children are now our broken and defective misleaders in science, medicine, and government, and they are completely ripe with the darkness we placed into them. I'm going to skip here. Turn off your TVs, reject the mental poison flowing out of your screens, which is designed to trap us out in a false reality. Reject the chemical poisons as well. This is how you take your power back. You can't farm lions, only lambs. These mental and chemical poisons are all designed to keep us as lambs, primed for the slaughter. It's time to remember that we are lions, and it is time to chase the government of medical hyenas out of the pride land once and for all. We have lots of work to do, and we are the group sent here to do it. This is our job, and we accept this charge. Forces of good drive our mission from the great beyond. We are not alone. We are supported in our fight to bring the light back to this planet, and this mission will be accomplished. This goal will be manifested in our lifetime. If our voices didn't matter, they wouldn't try to censor us at every turn. They are the few, we are the many, and our collective strength is superior. We need to protect our children from the sacrificial systems that await them. This not only will save our children, it will make sure we produce the strong leadership we need to thrive as a species and rid ourselves of the old and broken secret society gatekeepers that now terrorize us daily through our TV screens and corrupt government channels. Rise up, power up, lion up, feel your power, harness your power, take back your power. It's time morality, ethics, and justice live once more on the planet. My name's Jason Christoph. Thanks for listening.
Ladies and gentlemen, put them together for Stephen Way.
Thank you. Merci. You know, in a crisis, there's always positive things. And the positive thing, ce qui est positif dans une crise, is that we are all brothers and sisters from Quebec, from English Canada. We are gathering all together and we're going to work together. This is very positive what's happening. C'est très positif de travailler tout le monde ensemble. Aujourd'hui, j'ai parlé 2 fois. I'm going to talk 2 times. I would like to talk about values. J'aimerais vous parler de valeurs. Leadership. If you are here today, it's because you are leader of your own life. Congratulations. Félicitations. D'être ici et être leader de votre propre vie. The second value is courage. You know, in the word freedom, there is the word free. But freedom is not free. You have to stand up and being courageous. Thanks for being here because you are courageous to be here. Félicitations d'être ici aujourd'hui pour défendre votre liberté. C'est une preuve de courage. Félicitations. Parlant de courage, aujourd'hui, je vais vous présenter un homme courageux qui a décidé de mettre fin à sa carrière de policier pour entendre sa voix intérieure et respecter ses propres valeurs. Today, I will introduce you to the first policeman who decided to listen to his heart, all right? Yeah. And he said, that's enough. I resigned from being a policeman because I've always dreamed of defending the people, and now I'm defending the crook government. Okay? Please, let's welcome Maxime Ouimet from Quebec.
Salut Québec, je suis rendu ici. Ma vie a complètement changé dans les 7 derniers jours. Ma première fois à Toronto. My first time here in Toronto.
Oh my God. Look at the guy. All right. This guy is a proof of courage. Thank you, man.
J'ai été 12 ans dans les forces de l'ordre, à travailler pour le public, à travailler pour les citoyens. Si vous regardez sur ma page ici, c'est marqué protéger, servir, protect and serve. I'm working for you guys, not for this government. After 12 years, I decided to resign of my job because this all stuff what we are doing, this is illegal. Je ne pouvais plus me permettre d'arrêter des honnêtes citoyens alors que mon travail c'était d'arrêter des criminels, de protéger les gens. I cannot arrest and give tickets to people that working for these taxes here. quand j'ai constaté qu'on commençait à avoir des pouvoirs extraordinaires et qu'on pouvait avoir un mandat pour rentrer chez les gens, les empêcher de souper en famille, je me suis dit, on dépasse les bornes. Parce que pour arrêter les criminels, j'ai pas ce pouvoir-là. So, when I know that we can have everyone to go get in their home, to kick back all your family because you have a dinner with your friends and family, I said, no, this is too much. So I quit. This is not normal for a police officer to make that kind of stuff against citizens.
Here, here. Shit.
I knew that we are heading toward the dictatorship when Quebec gave us the power to enter in your private home. La sonnette de mon gros bon sens s'est mise à sonner. J'étais sur le terrain depuis le début. J'ai jamais été confiné et par la nature de mon travail. Et j'ai aperçu qu'il n'y avait aucune crise sanitaire dans les rues, ni dans les endroits publics, ni dans les hôpitaux que je côtoyais. Pourquoi le discours des médias du gouvernement ne correspondait pas à ce que je voyais en réalité? J'ai cessé d'écouter la télévision, je me suis rendu compte que le COVID faisait zéro partie de ma vie. La seule raison pour laquelle je connaissais ce virus-là, c'était à cause de cette hystérie collective. Oui. The bell of my common sense is ringing. I was in the field from the very beginning without being confined by the nature of my work, and I didn't see any trees in the street. I go in many hospitals, and I didn't see what the media and government tell to you.
Lies! Lies! We love you! 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 We love you!
C'est à ce moment-là que je me suis rendu compte qu'on s'en allait dans la mauvaise direction et que je n'étais pas dans la bonne équipe. La liberté des gens était extrêmement périmée et contrainte absolument pour rien. Je n'ai pas pu continuer à jouer cette mascarade-là parce que, comme j'ai dit, dans les postes de police, on ne portait pas les masques. Et on montrait aux citoyens de les porter. Ouais, excuse-moi. So I no longer have to continue to play this joke in front of the public because we know that police officers in the police station, we don't wear the mask.
Right! Fucking masquerade!
Je suis ici pour m'adresser aux policiers et policières du Québec, de Toronto, du Canada. Vous êtes la main, vous êtes les bras du gouvernement sur ce terrain-là. Et en ce moment, le gouvernement déraille. Vous êtes l'outil de ces gens-là pour répresser les gens. C'est pas ça notre travail. On est ici pour les protéger, ces citoyens-là. Et ne faites pas respecter ce décret-là. Donnez pas de constat aux honnêtes citoyens ici qui sont déjà endettés, qui sont en train de faire faillite. Des constats de 1 500 $, c'est pas normal. As for all the police officers in the Canada and Quebec, stop doing all the stuff you're doing. We don't give tickets to those people. Do not enter in their home. This is illegal, guys. C'est pas le futur qu'on veut, c'est pas le futur qu'on veut pour nos enfants. C'est pas seulement pour le futur pour les manifestants qui sont ici, mais c'est pour le futur pour tout le monde. So, dear policemen, this is your future too. This is the future of your children too. Je demande à tous les services d'urgence, avec la page que j'ai créée, je suis rendu déjà à 13 000 abonnés. Envoyez-moi des vidéos de vous, de partout au Québec, de partout au Canada, avec un thumbs up. Dites aussi que vous travaillez, dites c'est sous contrôle si tout va bien, Max. Le gouvernement, ça va bien. De partout au Québec, je demande à tous les militaires, les policiers, les infirmières, les docteurs, tout le monde qui sont sur le terrain, envoyez-moi une vidéo, je vais le partager pour montrer au Québec que c'est sous contrôle, que ça va bien dans les rues. Je vais le partager dans mes réseaux. I'm asking to all emergency services across Canada to sell to the citizen that everything is fine on your side. Send me video of you at your work and show to the population that everything's fine. It's under control in the street.
Right on, yeah.
I will share this video to show to everybody that we are okay right now.
Merci. Maximo May. It is a great pleasure that I introduce the next speaker, who is like a brother to me. He is the leader of the Quebec movement and the founder of the Foundation for Defense of the People's Rights and Freedoms. Welcome, Stéphane Blais.
Thank you, guys. I'm going to speak one more time, right? I'm going to explain what we did in April. Okay. Thank you. In April, I said we have to fight back the government. We have to give a last chance to the judicial system. So we have to hire the best lawyers. And here in Canada, we have the chance to have one of the best constitutional lawyer in the world. Yeah! You have it here, living in Toronto. His name is Walter Galati. Okay? You have him here. I have a chance to have a good relationship with this guy. He's like a brother. So we founded the foundation. We raised some funds. Okay, some money. And then we helped Vaccine Choice Canada. Thank you, Vaccine Choice Canada, for organizing this rally, beautiful rally. And that proves that Quebec and Ontario are now the leader of the resistance in Canada. And I hope it's going to contaminate all Canada. You have to wake up, guys. You have to wake up. All right. So we have two missions in the foundation, is to defend the people by going to court. So we're going to court in Canada. We're going to court in Quebec. We're doing some injunctions, preparing some injunctions. This is very important. Donc, comme on dit, la Fondation poursuit les gouvernements à la fois du Canada à travers Vaccine Choice Canada en apportant une aide financière. Au Québec, nous avons poursuivi le gouvernement du Québec. Il y a un avocat qui est débarqué, c'est pas grave. Il y en a un autre qui est embarqué, qui travaille très fort avec des sommités internationales. Et ce que nous faisons aussi, c'est de mobiliser les gens. In Montreal, we had almost 100,000 people walking in the streets, okay? We want it here. We want it here. This is a challenge that we're giving you. You have to have more people than in Montreal. Okay, this is positive, what's happening. Okay, if we are mobilizing the people, these guys, these crooks who are actually governing us, okay, we are, as citizens, sovereign human beings with dignity. You will respect us. And now we are mobilizing, okay, we are gathering, and we are going to say no more, no more, no more, no more, no more, no more, no more. Enough is enough. Yes. Okay, now I'm going to introduce you a brother to me, one of the best lawyers in the world, because he's receiving calls from lawyers from all over the world with the lawsuit that he filed in July. You know, and there was no mainstream media there. That's incredible. The most important lawsuit in the history of Canada. No mainstream media. What's happening with you? So, I would like to introduce you, je voudrais vous présenter un des meilleurs avocats du Canada, one of the best lawyers in Canada, Mr. Walter Galati.
My partner may be watching at home. You know, most of us lawyers are stupid, and we pretend to be intelligent, so I can't speak without notes. So I apologize for them.
We love you. We love your
This
notes.
much? Okay. So I'm not used to mics in court. We never use them. So before I speak to you about your rights, I want to make a few quick announcements, and I'll have a few important announcements at the end of my speech. I first want to make a few announcements. Then I want to talk to Trudeau, Ford, and Tory.
Yeah.
I know they're not listening and don't give a shit of what I have to say in public, but they have to hear it anyway.
Yes.
So I want to thank everybody for your supporting emails and phone calls, and I want to thank you for your support of the Constitutional Rights Center since we launched the website about a month and a half ago, and other social media platforms. Prior to this, I had always stayed away from social media. I'm a sort of an older Luddite type, and what I quickly learned in the last month and a half is that mainstream media and social media are really no different. The social media has become a corporate slice of the mainstream media. And both the social media and the mainstream media have become, to Trudeau, Ford, and Tory on the COVID, what Pravda was to the Soviet Union in the Cold War. They are official mouthpieces, censors. They're graduates of the Joseph Goebbels School of Journalism, all of them. Shameful. Shame.
No kidding. Shame.
So what's been made clear to me is that we have to free ourselves from this Main Street shackle that we all are on, unfortunately, addicted.
Right.
The good news that I've noticed at the same time is that this untenable situation has led to an explosion of alternative media, smaller venues, where they keep, like my website, everything is kept internal. I don't care when they take me down. I've got everything duplicated, hard drive that they can't take down. And what we need to do is have our alternative media stations turn into our own URL. And I've been in contact with people across North America to do just that. And hopefully we can all hook up and not become victims of YouTube and Facebook and the rest of them, especially CBC. So like the fool that I am, I've decided to join this movement, and I've decided to join this alternative and healthy voice. Well, they're going to have to move aside for me. So I've partnered up to establish an alternative media company and studio with a launch date in December of this year. And that's because I want to do my part to reflect my community, society, and the world in an honest, direct, non-deceitful way, with the intention of hooking up with other such independent media outlets already out there. I want to at this point to very briefly introduce my business partner in our company called Wholehearted Media. And I don't know if she's my partner, my business partner, is a former television journalist, video web director, and social media manager. More importantly, more importantly than her job titles, she's an extremely insightful, incisive, and intellectually and spiritually an independent individual. This is Rajwinder Kabli.
Yeah!
Her friends call her Raji. Her closer friends call her Raj. However, she's instructed to me that I address her as Ms. Campley, or if I want for short, Boss. So, Boss, you want to say a few words or not?
Wow. Hello, everyone. This is an absolute honor and privilege, and quite frankly, a dream come true to be standing here in front of all of you and partnering with this guy. Oh my God. It's amazing. I just want to say that it feels so good to know that nothing can stop the awakening of humanity. And I'm so excited. Nothing can stop the awakening of humanity. Nothing. And I'm so excited to be bringing Wholehearted Media to you all. Stay tuned.
Okay, now for the rant. On March 17, 2020, Ford commences the emergency. Somebody on Twitter the same day tweeted the following, quote, COVID-19 frenzy, a waltz in the global totalitarian tiptoe to a new world order. Parliament closures, global shutdowns, soldiers out, banking and corporate bailouts. Facts, science do not add up. Death toll, elderly, and immunocompromised victims, marginally no different than any other flu.
No kidding.
That was March 17th. You know who tweeted that? Me. And this paragraph, this Twitter paragraph, just about fucking sums it up. Anyone who was awake at the time, and there were many of us who, in fairness, feared, but felt too alone and didn't want to buck the system in their community to express themselves. But anybody who was awake saw this coming, because it had been expressed, opened, and it's been in the planning for decades. So I want to talk about human beings and humanity, because at the end of the day, constitutional lawyers in defending constitutional rights are defending the human attributes that make us human. It's no more complicated than that. So I want to first say to Mr. Trudeau, Mr. Ford, Mr. Tory, respectfully, none of us want to sing in your fascist muzzled rat race choir that you're conducting to a score of pornography of fear for globalist criminals. So I'd like to say to each of you respectfully, stop lying to your citizens you're supposed to serve. Stop lying about the bogus, fraudulent, quote, testing. Tell us what the PCR tests, and about the PCR tests and what it actually tests. You know it does not test for any virus. Your case counts are criminal propaganda. Your discourse of numbers is criminally fraudulent. In the USA, they call that data fraud and actually have criminal provisions geared at state officials who engage in data fraud because it misleads the public. So stop lying about cases to scare us about deaths. Even on your fraudulent characterization of 9,800 plus COVID deaths, this amounts barely to 0.25% of the Canadian population. Don't talk to me about numbers in the abstract that don't mean a fucking thing. This is a death rate that is no different from the annual flu for the last 15 years. Where's the pandemic? And stop lying, globalized fear-mongering. We are not afraid. There are those who are afraid. And who are they? Largely the poor, the disabled, and the elderly. Because they're the victims of this vicious fraud. They're the ones who can't negotiate their life in the context of this insanity that you've unleashed on us. And shame on you for that. I have 4 or 5 questions for Mr. Trudeau. Why are you advertising for crowd control officers for 2025? Why are you procuring massive stock supplies of riot tear gas? Why are you procuring internment facilities? Why are you advertising for drone neighborhood surveillance monitoring officers for 2030? This is all publicly available information. What's your agenda, Mr. Trudeau? And Mr. Tory, here in the city of Toronto, why do you miserably fail at providing affordable housing, but you're happy and gleeful to take $14 million to build an isolation center, another type of internment facility? Build some affordable housing, why don't you?
No kidding! Criminal!
And I want to address Mr. Ford, our Premier, as well. So why will you not answer any of Randy Hillier's questions? Especially about the internment camps planned for Ontario. Why do you refer to law-abiding citizens exercising their constitutional rights as yahoos? And that if they do not like masks or mandatory measures, they can, quote, leave the country. Where do you get that fucking audacity? In my career, I've heard that line directed at me many times when I take unpopular cases. And it's always from the same source, not always from the same person, but always from the same well. And that well is the well of redneck white supremacists. Your ancestors may have helped in stealing this land from the Indigenous people of Canada, but you don't own the fucking country. Any premier who says that should be ashamed of himself. And I'd like to say, Mr. Ford, you may have a challenged time understanding what I'm about to say, but thought, conscience, belief, expression, association, assembly, life, liberty, security of the person, freedom from unlawful search and seizure and arbitrary detention, and equality are not rights you and your kind, tyrannical and incompetent politicians gave to me or anyone else.
No kidding!
They are human attributes bestowed upon us by the Creator, even if you believe the Creator goes no cosmically farther than your mother. Even there, it is she who gave us all the gift of life and the human attributes that come with it. We all possess as members of humanity. These rights that you have in the Constitution are codified human attributes. That's all they are. They're not rights bestowed upon you by the state. The state can only curtail, suppress, eliminate, or try to kill your human attributes. Don't get hoodwinked that the Charter was there to give you these rights. No, the Charter was there to protect you against these depraved, tyrannical mothers. So I'm here to tell you, of course, on behalf of my clients, who asked me to be here today, because otherwise I wouldn't waste my breath on you, because I know you don't listen, and if you do, you rarely understand Premier Ford. And you don't care, I know that. But I'm here to tell you on behalf of my clients, as the constitutional lawyer representing them, who have filed in court against you. Mr. Trudeau, Tory, along with your fraudulent, incompetent medical health officers who vacillate with their advice, which you refuse to disclose, by the way, and who vacillate with their advice from week to week like a palm tree swaying in a Pacific hurricane. I mean, if we believe everything they say, they should be fired for incompetence tomorrow. And what I want to say is that you cannot have, under any circumstances, my constitutional rights. They belong to me. And they belong to everybody here and everybody not here. They're not yours to possess. So, well, I'll have to stop short because then I can, I'm governed by the Law Society. So, they were entrenched to protect me against tyrannical politicians like you. So I say on behalf of myself, and if I have the permission of the good people here, I say that we are all exempt. This is the first time I've come out, so I hope you don't mind if I rob a bit more time. That was a lot of to me. Are you okay with that? So I'd like to say to Mr. Ford, you've tried to isolate me, distance me from my fellow humans, silence me with your slave trade masks, close down and lock down points of human contact, refrain me from kissing and hugging my children, allow the abuse of children who are strapped in school all day, including in the schoolyard, to wearing these stupid masks that have been documented to cause health risks. Now Theresa Tam tells me I have to wear a mask when I have sex. And even further than that, she personally recommended masturbation for all of us till 2022. Well, dear Dr. Tad, choose what you do in your personal life until 2022. It's your right. But do not tell me how to breathe, who to talk to, who to hug, who to kiss, or who to make love with my consensual partner, or how. We will not be stripped of our humanity. So, Trudeau, Ford, and Tory have been on a tyrannical tear to dehumanize us of all our human attributes. For what? To serve the predatory globalist agenda of Bill Gates and his criminal cohorts? Nothing, quote, nothing gets back to normal until we get a microchip vaccine? My answer to that is go pound sand on a wet beach. Preferably a beach near your cottage where you broke the rules along with Mr. Trudeau. So Belgian doctors have called for an investigation of the WHO for, quote, its fraudulent pandemic. Dutch nurses and doctors have sued over the fact that this is not a, quote, pandemic, but a flu. And their nurses are refusing to be vaccinated to continue working. There are now over 100,000 doctors, experts worldwide, calling this pandemic fraudulent and the measures unwarranted. The measures have killed to a factor of 12 to 14 to 1 more people than you depraved leaders and health officers claim COVID has killed. You're suggesting to us that we're so stupid as to think the way to kill a fly on a glass table is to take a fucking sledgehammer. Now now the World Food Bank is saying 10% of the world population risks starvation. That's 700 million people. Okay? 10,000 additional children a month are already dying from disruption of food supplies. How do we justify that, Mr. Ford? Just because they're not your kids? And dozens of developing countries have ejected the WHO for its conduct and failed attempts to bribe their heads of state and for using their children for medical experiments. Mr. Ford, 81% of all Canadians who have died from the COVID, according to you, have died in their rat hole long-term care facilities. And what have you and Mr. Tory and Mr. Trudeau done about this year after year? Because it happens year after year. COVID and no COVID, you've done frigging nothing. So now you go waste. So you appoint the Honorable Mr. Justice Morocco, Associate Chief Justice, for whom I have the world of respect for. He's one of the most enlightened and greatest jurists we've had. But what's he going to tell you? You don't know. You don't maintain proper long-term care facilities that are there mostly for profit. And this government and all previous governments have turned their head the other way. So now you're trying to whitewash it with a judicial inquiry. And all of this, you ignore the elderly, you ignore all the things that could have mitigated these deaths. But you got your eye on internment camps over people who reject and oppose your lying, fraudulent agenda, criticized and opposed by eminent experts all over the world. You got your eye on suppressing of inalienable constitutional rights, going to life itself. Is that your solution? For what? Again, and I'm almost finished, guys and girls. Again, for what is he doing this? Well, it's clear. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. Just read. To serve Bill Gates, the Gavi, the World Economic Forum, the IMF, World Bank, and all the other criminal billionaire corporate oligarchs? Why? Do we need to stand for this? Yet you keep your liquor stores as an essential service. People are dying, but your liquor is an essential service owned by the government of Ontario. Right? While I can't get shoes for my kids unless I get them at Walmart or Costco, right? What do these measures and agenda have to do with public health? Who do you think you're kidding? And I like to say, Mr. Ford, if I was born yesterday, it was pretty early in the fucking morning. My clients do not believe, trust, nor care to listen anymore to you, your lies, nor your propaganda machine, and the horrors you call mainstream and corporate media. Your policies and politics make no scientific, medical, or common sense. Your belligerent fascism will not deter us in defending our human attributes codified as constitutional rights. Your measures are destructive, irrational, unconstitutional. They serve other masters, not the citizens of this province or country. So, before I get off the stage, and I'm worried because I'm 231 pounds, and this thing is bouncing. We're two slim guys, you see? This is dangerous. No, I'm almost done. So, just two last, just a couple of last announcements before I get off the stage. Me too. Next on our litigation agenda, we are bringing in a wholesale challenge in British Columbia. In Ontario, we're preparing to file against school principals, superintendents, and school boards for their insane torture of children. schools, school boards, and superintendents are actually have the audacity to even breach the provincial laws that are on the books. Nobody could have said it better than Bob Dylan in his song, Everything is Broken, when he said, they're bending broken rules. I and the other lawyers and staff at the Constitutional Rights Center, thank you very much for your support. We invite you to continue supporting us so we can continue our efforts against this insanity. Okay? Thank you very much.
Give him some love! Yeah! Bravo! Now that shit makes sense. That makes sense.
Folks, a little segue. We've got to cut a couple of speakers because Rocco had a lot to say to us. And it's very, very important.
Sorry, guys.
He's got the most important document on the table right now. Go read that SOC. I believe it's on his Twitter at Rocco Galati. Don't forget to follow The Line on Twitter at The Line Media. Right now, a spontaneous visitor is here. His name is Zeb, and he's got to say this to you.
All of Dundas Square is filled up now.
Before I begin, I just want to make a blessing. Before a Jewish person drinks or eats anything, he makes a blessing. So just give me 5 seconds, please. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol nihya bidvaro. It doesn't matter what my name is. It doesn't matter what religion I am from. We are living in Nazi Germany, 1932. I will not sit at home in my synagogue and pray and let this happen. We have to flood the world with the truth. Do you know what the truth is? It doesn't matter what skin color you have. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It doesn't matter your religion. We have one God, and we were created in the image of the one God. I only have 30 seconds left for some reason, but don't ask me why. What's your name? George is in charge. He says I have 30 seconds. 20 seconds. This is a war of good versus evil. Of truth versus lies. And our infinite creator, who is giving us life right now, he didn't create the world millions of years ago. He's creating it every single second. And you know what he wants? You know what he wants? He wants us to open our eyes.
Yeah!
Last one. Our fear should not be in man. Our fear should not be in government. Our fear should not be in a virus that was created in a freaking lab. Our fear should be in our Father in heaven who loves every single one of his children. God bless every one of you, man, woman, child, every religion, it doesn't matter. God bless you. Do not have fear. He believes in us and we will win. I don't know if everybody knows this, but there used to be a temple. Now there's a Dome of the Rock. There used to be a temple in Jerusalem. That's where Abraham took his son Isaac. That's the beginning of creation when God created the world, from that spot. And you know, when the King Mashiach, when the ultimate king, God's chosen man, is going to come and rebuild that temple, you know who's going to be there? Every single person that stood up and fighted for humanity. So don't be afraid. Fight for the truth. Speak your truth. God is giving you the power, and he believes in every single one of us. God bless you. Love and peace will always prevail.
Well, now we're up on the passion, folks. Rise up! Rise up! Freedom! Freedom! Say hello to Henry Hildebrand from the Church of God.
Hello, Toronto. Hello, Canada. Hello, the whole world. Everyone that's watching, everyone that's hearing. We are glad to be here today.
Yes.
Thank you to all those who work so hard to make this happen, and especially our friends in uniform who keep us safe. Thank you. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me.
All right.
Because he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor.
Yes.
He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty
Yes, sir.
them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. Luke 4, verse 18 and 19. What a calling we have as pastors. God help us. The question is not why we are here. The question is, where is everybody else?
Right.
Just a little review from last time. Quarantine is isolating the sick. Tyranny is isolating the healthy.
Right.
When tyranny becomes law, resistance becomes duty.
Amen.
The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men
Yes,
to
sir.
do nothing. Right here? Okay, is that better? Okay. Pastor Martin Niemöller said about World War II, he said first they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for.
Okay.
By God's grace, I will listen to Pastor Niemöller and will not make the same mistake. The question is, Pastor, what about Romans 13? Should we not obey the government? I have an answer. What about Acts chapter 5? Shall we not obey God rather than man?
Okay.
And by the way, the book of Acts comes before the book of Romans. Pastor, what about John 3:16? My question, what about John 2:16? Chapter 2, Jesus says, take these things hence.
Yes.
Get those things out of here.
Yes, sir.
That includes, in my mind, the mask.
Yes, sir.
Make not my Father's house a house of merchandise. Or as another evangelist says, a den of thieves. Since when am I supposed to cover up my mouth and then try to sing? Like I said, we don't believe in dry singing.
No.
If they say it produces too much moisture. Prophecy was being fulfilled. His disciples said, the zeal of thy house hath eaten me up.
Yes, sir.
And I must confess today, the zeal of God's house
is eating me up.
Amen.
We must always strive to have a Christ-like blend of love and truth about us. Jesus was not nice in the temple. Christianity is not some soapy, soft, non-offensive concept. Jesus said, he blind guides would strain at a gnat and swallow a camel. We live in camel swallowing time. 33 million babies have been killed this year, basically unchecked. Henry Morgenthaler is a hero because he kept an abortion clinic open. Henry Hildebrandt apparently is a yahoo because he kept the church doors open. Mr. Premier, did you say we are a bunch of yahoos? Well, I see a lot of nice yahoos around here today. Mr. Mayor, did you say this is an eccentric collection of protesters? I was shocked that's how you address the people that voted you in. Whatever brought Paul to Mars Hill is what brought us here today to Mars Hill. I can see Paul being at Dundas and Young.
Sure.
Whatever Paul
Yes,
declared on Mars Hill, we will declare here today. The unknown God, for in him we live and move and have our being. God is supreme. Whereas Canada, say it with me if you like, whereas Canada is founded on principles that recognize the supremacy of God
And the rule of law.
Mr. Prime Minister, when your daddy signed, when he signed this in 1981, he recognized the supremacy of God. All right? So my question, Mr. Prime Minister, my question is, would you sign it for us in 2020? We are called to be unbending and unflinching when it comes to standing for the truth. When men play God, they behave like devils.
1 minute.
Paul Ramsey said, man ought not to play God before they learn to be man. And after they have learned to be man, they will not play God. That's me. Long before government was, God is. That's right. Long before government was, the family unit was. Long before the government was, the church was. When government overrides God, the family, and the church, we know we have government overreach.
Right.
It's called systemic oppression.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nice people buckle, nice people give way, nice people accommodate, nice people don't offend, nice people allow themselves to get pushed around and taken advantage of. Nice people always finish last. God has not called us to be nice.
No.
Rather, he has called us to be good. There comes a time when we stiffen our spines and we say, I am not going to bend on this issue. There is a moral standard at stake here on which I cannot compromise, and I must plant my feet and refuse to budge.
Right.
Nice people don't do that, but good people do.
Yes.
In fact, good people must. Nice people don't change history, good people do. Nice people don't change the world, but good people do. Mean people speak when they shouldn't,
But nice people don't speak the truth when they should. Good people do. Good people must.
Yes.
God, keep our land glorious and free. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have a lot of time left. We're going on a march shortly.
We're gonna head out for our march soon. We have a long list of speakers, but we're gonna actually cut a few short because we don't have the time. I'm gonna go for a quick walk just to show you what's going on actually before we do head out for the march.
Civil Liberties Association, who has proudly endorsed the Line International. It is my sincere honor to introduce to you this writer and scientist, Denny Rancourt. Denny, are you there?
So we're here with the Line Canada at our protest. We've been organizing them since the lockdown. Yonge and Dundas, Toronto is completely covered and full. Not only are we doing this as a march, we're actually doing this as a motorcade as well. I'm just gonna give you a quick view of the people, what's going on. We've been at the stage right now, which is a trailer that we've made into a stage where we've got a pickup truck that's pulling. At the same time, we've actually closed off all of Yonge Street. Yonge Street has been blocked off. We blocked it off, and then the police showed up and had to assist because we just created an entire traffic jam. Everybody's drawing that logo, as you can see. However, just to show you what we've got set up, we've got all the vehicles that are going to be involved. Hello, how's it going? Love the flag, by the way. All the vehicles that are ready for the motorcade are ready. They've got their trailers set up and ready to go. And they're all lined up right down the street. Everything is set up and ready. Everybody's parked. So when we do our march, we're gonna have all the vehicles coming in as well as part of the march. So it goes all the way down. See that? All the way down Yonge Street. You can tell they're all set up. This is our Line Army. This is what we call them. You see all these pickup trucks. All of them are going to be joining the march when we start walking down. How's it going? Joining the march? Yep. Good. We should be out of here soon. And there we go. We just keep going. And the lineup just keeps going and going and going. All right, I'm going to start heading back. As you can see, the mounted police units over there and the yellow vests there, they're just ready on their horses. I'm just going to start walking back towards the protest location. Check us out, thelinecanada.com. Support the movement either by getting some flags and t-shirts so you can head out to the protests. All funding goes to help us keep these big rallies going. Anything helps, any donations, always accepted on our website, thelinecanada.com. The logo is the letter O, which stands for oppression, and the big red line in the middle is the line that we draw when the government crosses the line. For those that are watching, we're here in protest against the lockdown, any mandatory masks, mandatory vaccinations, and any tyrannical issues that might be coming our way. football.
We renew for 2020. New website.
I'm not sure. Where's did Lamont say you're driving the truck? Okay, let me go check. I'm trying to take a video here for you as well as actually organizing what's going on here. So my apologies as I have some logistical things to deal with.
There's a declaration going around right now that an amazing church pastor created.
Sorry, brother.
Over 400 churches in Ontario have signed this declaration to stay open. We are adopting that declaration for small businesses. And we're going to create an online version that everybody can anonymously sign. And then if any one of those businesses has any trouble with the government, they all come together and we fight it together as one. What does the government fear more than anything? Even more than just me telling the truth to all of you.
How's it going? Good?
Line up a table.
At the front. Come on. All right, we're gonna go back to the front. I just had some people to talk to. Sorry, guys.
We want the people wearing masks to show up. We want people without masks to show up. Why? Because we're all part of Canada. So we need to stick together. I got to address something else. I heard it in the media. They've been trying to slander me. I'm sure a lot of you have heard. There's another guy by the name of Christopher Sokocha, and he's got a really lengthy criminal record. Drug charges, gang charges. He sounds like a supervillain. They will tell you that is me. They will attribute those charges to me. I just want to go on the record today and say, those charges are bogus. That is not me, and I have no criminal record. So do not listen to the slander you hear. Period. I made a very bold prediction last week, and I'm going to double down on it this week, just because I made it and expected at least the media to address it, but they ignored it. They ignored it. Why? Because they don't want people to know the solution. When we are past the tipping point. This is the time where people have realized this is not about safety and health. This is about control. How do I know this for sure? Every week I'm at Kensington Market on Sunday, for the record. And every week people come up to me and either say something nice or something mean. The mask wearers would always come up and say something mean. But since I've been telling everybody, show them love, show them compassion, let them understand that we're in this together. Guess what happened last Sunday? I had people in groups wearing masks. They came up to me, and instead of saying something derogatory or calling me a name, they said, "Thank you." Can you believe that? Can you believe that? If that doesn't show that we've turned the tide and this is going in our direction, nothing will. And what did I say? And what did they ignore in the media? How do we get through this? When this is all said and done and we got the power of the people on our side, we still need leadership. We are very much lacking in leadership right now. What is going to happen in the next few months? We're going to have Donald Trump win the election. I'm saying that right now. And once he wins that election, he is going to endorse Mr. Carbone of the Republican Party of Canada. Repeat after me. Trump and Carbone. Trump, Carbone. Trump, Carbone. TC, take control. And that's what we're going to do. We're taking control of our country. We're taking control of our government. We're taking control of everything they've tried to take away from us. Why? Because we have the power, not them. We have the power to say no. We have the power to go to work. We have the power to make choices for our children. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to start making choices for our own best interests. And as you see, it's catching on like wildfire. Look around you. Look at everyone here today. Look at that motorcade. People came here from far and wide for one purpose: united non-compliance. Thank you, everybody. This guy, one of the greatest guys I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, I told you that the line was endorsed by the Ontario Civil Liberties Association. We are honored and we thank Joseph, Hickey, and all the people at the OCLA. It is my honor to introduce to you a person who is working with the line. She is also a representative of the OCLA. She's got a few words for you before we render our special announcement. For every citizen here, please put your hands together from the OCLA, Carly Benjamin.
Hello, everybody. This is wild. This is my first time at a rally ever in my life. I am so honored to be here for myself and on behalf of the Ontario Civil Liberties Association. Unfortunately, Denny Rancourt, we couldn't get a good connection, so I'm happy to be here and just sort of tell you a little bit about what we represent. At OCLA, we defend civil liberties of all Ontarians and Canadians. In particular, freedom of speech, no matter how controversial or how taboo the content might be. We believe without authentic freedom of expression, there can never be democracy. Freedom of speech right now of medical and other professionals is currently under attack. We will defend the free speech of doctors no matter how much mainstream media and the professional colleges want to attack the individual doctors for having alternative views. We also defend all of the other civil liberties found within the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, such as freedom of movement, freedom of association, and the freedom to peacefully assemble like we are here today. At OCLA, we believe the government has responded recklessly and irresponsibly to COVID-19. There is zero reliable scientific evidence that mandatory masking policies that the government have put forth work. They are deeply harmful policies that we believe damage the very fabric of our society. We wrote to the World Health Organization, we wrote to many Ontario municipal leaders explaining why they shouldn't do this, and they went ahead anyways. As citizens of a free and democratic society, we believe that individuals have a presumed right to make their own evaluation of personal risk when acting in the world. This goes for all people, but most notably children and the elderly. These people have been forced to wear masks or been confined to their home or their retirement homes for their best interests. At the Ontario Civil Liberties Association, we are truly independent. We receive no money from the government, and we are entirely volunteer-run, having no paid staff. This allows us to stick to our principles, no matter how controversial the issue might be. Thank you all for coming here today and fighting for our freedoms together in Toronto.
Carly Benjamin, Ontario Civil Liberties Association. Please give it up. We got to pick it up with him.
Jay, just a second.
Hello everyone, my name is Justin. I'm an activist and a volunteer for the Hugs Over Mask group in Hamilton.
And I just want to announce an event that we're hosting in Hamilton, much like Chris Sky throwing the Christmas March here in Toronto. Hamilton is going to be hosting a Halloween event on October 31st at Bayfront Park at 5 p.m. We're going to have different tables set up, everybody in costumes, so the kids can go from table to table and trick or treat. Like I said, it'll be at 5 p.m., so the parents still have time to go trick or treating afterwards. But we need to protect our holidays and save our holidays for our children. And if any of you guys would like to come, if you could be in the Hamilton area on that day, you're more than invited. Please come show your support. I think it's going to be a great turnout. Thank you for the time. It's great to see everybody here today. And remember, the power of the people is greater than the people in power.
Thanks a lot, Paul. I really appreciate it. Okay, folks. This is something that we've been working on for a little while here at the line. We decided that protesting is a fantastic way to gather everybody, but we've been getting a ton of complaints on people's rights being violated at restaurants and different businesses. Have people noticed an increase in the abuse coming from staff and businesses? Say yes. Well, this is what we have in response for you. We have decided, since Vax Canada is looking after the schools, and there's more to come with Vax Canada, by the way, Rocco Galati, he's got the government, and the Line Canada's got your back at all of these places, because we are now going to hold every one of them accountable for abusing us, abusing our rights, your families, your children. We experienced this at the Hilton last night when they arrested 5 of us for peacefully sitting there and having some supper and talking about this event and how we could do what we could do to make it the most historic and best event, informative event that us crazy yahoos could ever put together. Fuck you, Ford. Fuck you. Fuck you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and my pleasure to introduce the Line's new legal team. And on behalf of our associate partners at Stand Up Canada, we are proud to introduce a lady who I have worked with recently, who took one on the chin for every one of you yesterday. She would not leave the Hilton. She stood up for her fucking rights. And she said, no, and I will be back. Ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to my friend and my colleague, Jane Scarf.
Fellow resistors, the revolution has started! We're gonna do this up. Every single injustice that has been perpetrated on us is going to be held. Okay, we'll be held accountable for the things that they are doing to us, our children, our business, and ourselves. Okay, sorry. Okay, is that better? Okay, fellow resistors! So, what we have planned is a multitude of legal actions, from lawsuit about loss of business, about support for businesses that choose to stay open and fuck that bylaw.
And everybody wrote it.
And also the math bullshit. That's gotta stop. That's harmful nonsense, and we're gonna do it up. All of our rights are being violated in this whole damn process, and they're still there. We still have a constitution. We still have a Bill of Rights. We still have our capacity to use the judiciary, as David Avocado Wolf said earlier, to make them pay for what they're doing. And we can also use criminal charges like Brian Kidder is doing with Trudeau and all of his criminal activity. SNC Lavalin and the wee criminal for sure, not to mention his pedophilia. That's a little illegal. And treason. Trudeau is treason. treasonous in his actions of selling this country out to us. Crimes against humanity. We're done. We're done. He's going to be arrested. He's going to be held accountable 100%. Okay. So if you want to be part of these actions, you can fill out a form here and start the process. We'll be fully up and running by the end of the week. The new website for Stand Up Canada with these solutions will be standupcanada.solutions. It should be available for everyone at the end of this week.
Jay Stark. Paralegal. Ladies and gentlemen, OCLA's Carly Benjamin is training to be a paralegal. She's with us. She's going to be doing her intern with us here at the line. I am honored to have her with us. Ladies and gentlemen, my executive assistant, Monica, come on up here. The executive director of Stand Up Canada, and my friend, we've been working for hours on the phone. She wrote the incredible document about the state of emergency to which she was able to prove to the entire country was illegal. Not one province met the standards for this emergency. Please say hello to the executive director of our partners at Stand Up Canada, Paula Tucci.
We have a new website. It's called standupcanada.solutions. The solutions is exactly what we're doing. We're providing now a legal solution for businesses and for people wearing the masks and for bylaw tickets. It's exactly what Jane said. Jane Scarf. Jane is a paralegal that stepped up to this challenge. So we're very happy to be partnering with the Line Canada and with Jane on this event. It's for all Canadians in Ontario, and actually all other provinces can use the exact same plan that we have. There's going to be more information on our website. That will be up on the end of the week on Friday. So it's standupcanada.solutions because we really have solutions now for everybody. That's the purpose of our work. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the solutions. Okay. We're going to be filing legal actions, or you're going to be filing legal actions. So if you're looking at me and you think that I'm courageous being up here, we're going to put the power back in your hands because you guys need to stand up. Stand up, Canada! Up, Canada! So that's what our job is. We are empowering everybody. You can't look to anybody else to save you. We've got to save ourselves. And we have the way to do it now because that's all the work that has led to us on Stand Up Canada. We've been providing legal information for you to use so you feel safe and you feel armed when you go out and you're being harassed by everybody. But that clearly is not enough. So we've taken it to the next level. It is just a natural evolution for our work, which is why we're no longer a .ca, but we are a .solutions for you. We are doing this initiative in partnership with the Line Canada. We are so proud to be partnering with them on this. Let's give it up for the Line. Seriously. I just want to make something very clear because as I've been doing this work from the beginning, while it may be very clear to me, it dawns on me that we need to be even more clear for you. We all seem to think that legal rights is nothing but a piece of paper. It has nothing to do with legality. Legal rights is all about your human rights. This is your inalienable human rights that you were born with. The legal right comes after that to protect your inalienable human rights. That's what this is all about. It is not about your legal rights. It is about your human rights. So protect them because no one else is. very much. I love you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the name of our initiative is the Collective Legal Action. Usually, for people to hire a paralegal, it's a lot of money to do your case all by yourself, $1,500 to $2,000 retainer fees. People in this day and age can't afford it. We negotiated with Jane and our contacts so that we could use the volume of people to keep the costs down. And you can get justice for a lot less. Memberships are $100. We will offer free consultation. And if you wish to join our class action, check us out online at thelinecanada.com, The Line International, for more details. Stay in touch. We have documents at the table. Anybody who'd like to become a member and begin their journey of holding this corrupt government accountable, we're ready. Another group who's done a lot of work out here with us is Hugs Over Masks. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce Colin McDonald and who? And Dano. Hugs Over Masks, say hello, give us a look.
Give it up, Toronto! My people, our people, warriors, light workers, empaths, we stand united! Coast to coast, Canada right now is rising up. We have in BC, in Vancouver, a mega rally. Let's give it up for Vancouver and British Columbia. The West Coast, the East Coast, rising up, and not just fighting for our rights. No, this is more. We are defending our rights. We're not fighting for anything. They're ours. Thank you. So guys, we know what's going to happen. We hear all the news with these internment camps. This is not a conspiracy. This is happening. We've known this since the beginning. And they're going to blame us for the second wave. And what do we tell them, guys? We are the second wave. We are the second wave. And not your second wave. The real second wave. The civil rights movement second wave. Because we will not stop until this is over. We will not stop until our rights are restored. We're only going to grow. We're only going to get stronger. And I look out, I see about 4,000 people right now. And that is so beautiful. That fills my heart with joy. Guys, I'm here, obviously representing Hugs Over Masks. For those of you who know, the Ontario provincial mask law was now put in place. This supersedes all the regional mask bylaws that we have. So the new Ontario mask law has a number of exemptions. Within that are the Human Rights Code. And I want to let you guys know that everyone here is exempt. Because through the Human Rights Code, a protected grounds of discrimination is creed. And creed is a set of beliefs. And I don't believe in masks. I don't believe in this draconian tyranny. I don't believe in hurting our children with psychological trauma. That is against my creed. So there we go, guys. It's very simple. We're all exempt. Okay? So I know this sounds crazy, but we need to get away from the masks. Because masks are a distraction. Okay? They want us to be anti-maskers. They want us to be the other. This is how they do it. Black versus white, straight versus gay, liberal versus conservative. No, we are not. We are one race. We are the human race. We are not anti-maskers. So enough is enough, guys.
Let's stop playing into their games. Let's rise above. Let's start taking real, meaningful action, okay? Protests are great. This is amazing. But it's time for us to get serious because the winter is coming, okay? The second wave is coming. And we need to rise up, rise above, and stand together and take real, meaningful action. So with that said, I want to pass this off to Dan. Dan is one of our national leaders, a true patriot, and a great man. And he has some words about action.
Thank you so much, Cullen. I'm going to keep this really, really brief for everyone, okay? But first thing, I just want to pull a Keanu Reeves and say, you're breathtaking, and you're breathtaking, and you're breathtaking. But they will not take our breath away. There we go. All right. I have some good news for everyone, and it segues perfectly with what the Lion said, with what Paula said, and what Cullen said. We have already started an action. This is not something happening in the future. Hamilton, Burlington, and any other city who wants to take place in it. Some of you guys already know what this action is, but it's already started. We are defending ourselves. I'm not just with Hugs Over Masks, I'm also a martial arts teacher. And as a martial arts teacher, I believe in not only standing up for myself, but empowering other people to stand up for themselves. And not only to stand up for ourselves, but especially as every one of us go on this march today, remember to protect the children. Above everything else, protect the children. For the children. If you want to find out what the action is, because we have to keep it kind of hush-hush, speak to Cullen or myself or one of the Hugs Over Mass leaders, because as I said, it's already started. But what I would just suggest for everyone right now is just to take a moment. They've heard our yells, they've heard our cries, but let them hear our silence for a moment. That silence would be deafening. So take a moment and just picture the country you want to live in. Picture this all being done. Your friends, your family, your teachers, your loved ones, all without masks. Take a moment now and in silence, see what we are working for. Deep breath. Let it out. And when you walk today, you hold that intention. You hold that thought of light. You hold that thought of the country that we are creating. This is an opportunity. Make no mistake. We are going to create the truest, freest Canada that has ever been. All of us, we are creators. Thank you very much, all of you.
Great job, you guys. Hugs Over Masks! Give them some love! Well, let me tell you something. I mean, you know, they said it, our children. Our greatest natural resource is being fucked with. In schools, they're lying to us, they're lying to parents, they're lying to kids. My own daughter's teacher told her on the computer, because I homeschool, my daughter won't be going to the school. I'll tell you that right now. They're homeschooled. They told my daughter that if everyone just wore the mask, this would all be over. Now, that's a special kind of stupid, isn't it? That's our educational system. Well, here are some really aware kids who know what's going on. Please put it together for some regulars here. Zoe! Jacob! Phoenix! And Julie! Who's talking first? You guys got 5 minutes.
Rocket!
All right, so we're going to keep it short and sweet, but my name's Bridget. I'm 14, and we've been coming to these weekends for 26 weeks now. So happy 6 months, everybody. The world's going absolutely crazy right now, and all the people are. Everyone's turning against each other, and everybody's policing each other. I like to say every single day I have a different kid texting me online trying to attack us. But you're gonna have to try harder. We're not taking that. People are trying to get in debates with us, and that's fine. Debates, discussions, that's how we make change. That's what we want. We want change. But debates aren't three kids attacking one kid with their opinions. That's not a debate. If you want to debate, bring facts. I'll listen to your facts. You'll listen to mine too. We see everybody around. We had protests against protests. We have people on the sidewalk wearing masks, and that's okay. Because you have free will to do what you want. You can do whatever you want, as long as you're not harming other people. You're wearing your mask because it makes you feel safe and it makes you feel good about making other people safe. That's how you feel. You can feel how you'd like. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We all have free will, too. We're not slaves. We can do whatever we want. Yeah! We're the children. And who's going next? Joey.
Hey, Joey.
Hi, everybody. My name is Joey. I'm 11 years old. My birthday was about 2 weeks ago.
Happy birthday!
Thanks. There was a little bit of misfortune yesterday because my grandma and grandpa went into a caring home because my grandpa's not really feeling well. He just screams at everybody, and his legs are like very puffed up, and he's like in a bad condition, and like the pain is making him mad. So yesterday they went into it's this place called Chartwell, and they don't let kids in. Like, kids spread more virus, which doesn't even exist. So I found my grandma and grandpa's phone in their car, and I rushed to go give it to the secretary so she could give it to them, because I know that I can't go in. And then when I was just going in front of the door, somebody said, Papa, you can't go in. You're a kid. You're going to spread more. Now get out of here. And then I said, just take the phone and give it to my grandma and grandpa. And they said, did you sanitize it? That is just stupid. It's literally the most dumbest thing in the world. So what if people want to put on masks? They have free will to do whatever they want. They can get sick and, get short of breath. Well, that's their choice. Our choice is to live and be free. Thank you.
I don't even know what to say. This is so crazy. It's making me emotional. There's so many people here. We've come so far. I was at the Queen's Park rallies when there was like 50 people, and now to look at it now, there's like thousands. It's so crazy. I wanted to speak to you guys a little bit about Project Phoenix and one more thing. So I just wanted to say about, a few people touched on this. I don't care if you wear a mask. If you're my friend and you're gonna freaking cyberbully me over the internet because you know that I don't wear a mask, I don't care. Like Chris Guy was saying, during the parade, you can come. It's not an anti-mask event. It is a Christmas parade for the children and the families to love, and just for Christmas, like, come on. There should be no line of division of anti-mask and no maskers and this and that. We should all be united together, and we should all be standing. I don't know why the whole population of Toronto isn't here today. I have to speed up as fast as I can. I wanted to speak a little bit about Project Phoenix. Project Phoenix is starting November 1st. We are going to kick off, and this team of kids, we have a few more people. We're going to start distributing clothing and gift cards and stuff for the homeless, because the more protests that I went, I just saw more homeless people, and it just really, I just wanted to help. So if you guys could please help me, bring your clothing donations like sleeping bags and winter coats and boots, and please help. We're just a group of kids. We need the help. I love you all so much. So have a great month.
Hi, everybody.
So, well, with Project Phoenix, yes, we are going to distribute some clothes, and we can see the homeless everywhere around the city. I mean, since a lot of you guys are from the city, same as me, and it's horrible, and I know I'm already used to it, but I've never seen this many before. I've never have, and less people are giving them food or money or anything because they're scared of them. They think that they have some deadly virus that's going to kill them if they walk too close to them. But those people need love. They still need that. Just because they're on the street doesn't mean anything. So we do want to help them. And for all the people that still think that we're conspiracy theorists, I have a very good quote for you guys. When the government questions the people, it's called an investigation. But when the people question the government, it's called a conspiracy theory. What do you think about that? We're questioning the government. So let us question them, because guess what? They do work for us. So remember, everybody, we're not conspiracy theorists. We're realists. We know what's happening. And we're going to do something about it. We're not going to hide under our beds. So everybody, thank you for coming out, and hopefully I'll see as many as you next week. Bye!
Joey, Phoenix and Bridget, give them some love. They are the Lions Youth Section. Thank you, folks. Okay, so Chris Guy is coming back up here to do a special announcement. Folks, we've gone way over. We really appreciate it. We're going to get this march going right shortly. Once again, say hello to Chris Guy.
Everybody! I just wanted to say one last thing. Everybody knows that me and my wife got a summons and we're going to court November 12th, Zoom court. We have a paper here for anybody who was at our protest on the 26th or October 3rd, anyone who was in close proximity to me and my wife who wants to sign the witness statement and declaration form saying that we weren't sick, you guys weren't sick, and nobody was sick. Please, we're going to be sending these around, and we want to get as many people to sign as possible. Because when we go to court, I want to show up and say, oh, we got 300 witnesses that want to take the stand, Your Honor. That's what United Non-Compliance is, everybody. One person standing up and everybody standing with them, and together we will overcome. Remember the website, overcomethevirus.com. It's going to be very big coming up. Come on. We're going to get ready to start the motorcade, everybody. I just want to thank everybody for coming out today. I've never been so happy to be in Toronto, see so many people coming together under one message, and that message is, we have had enough. Freedom is essential. The Santa Claus Parade is happening December 5th. Put that in your calendar. December 5th, wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Just bring your children and have the time of your lives.
Hey guys, really, I want to thank all the speakers who showed up today. I'm sorry we didn't get everybody up. We want to thank our Quebec neighbors. We want to thank everybody who decided to show up. Please follow Chris Guy. This is a guy that's taken some on the chin for all of us. Do you want to thank all these people?
I want to thank everybody here for all their support. I want to thank our law enforcement officials in particular for protecting our rights and freedoms and giving us the privilege. I want to thank Amanda Forbes, Cheryl Yackham, Christine Colbeck, and Vaccine Choice Canada. We got to thank Stephane Blaise. We got to thank Mr. Rocco Galati, if you're still here, and you are fantastic. We got to thank Vaccine. Officer Maxine, who quit his job to stand for your rights. Pastor Henry Hildebrand, Karen McDonald, Zoe Bridget Phoenix, and Joey the man. And everybody, let's give a round of applause to me, Chris Guy. Hey. Thank you, everybody. Just remember, November, Trump wins the election. And we will endorse Mr. Carbone for the Republican Party of Canada, and all of this will be a bad memory. Thank you, everybody. Good stuff. Okay, folks, the march is coming soon. I've had enough on this mic. My partner is here someplace. Oh, there he is. Are you guys ready to march? Say hello once again to Lamont Diego.
Lamont Diego, my God, man. I want everybody to say the word bagel. You guys know that little round bread thing? Bagel. Put a D in front of that. It's a Dago. God. Stefan Blatt. Is that so hard? God. So listen, guys. Every time we get up here, it's really tough as the person that's helping to organize the speakers to make sure everybody gets up here. But it's always best intention that we get our speakers up here and then hit the road, because you know what? From what I know, the march is the most important. Are you guys with me? Absolutely. And for the first time, I get to talk to everybody back here too. Everybody. Next time we're going to get better at this stuff. So let's go through some rules before we hit the road. Number one, that truck over there. There's going to be a front truck that's going to be at the head of this thing. Do not pass the front truck, because the police are going to be protecting the front truck. And Q, our dancing man, where is he? You know who he is. He's going to be dancing for us. All right, guys? Yes. He's going to be dancing there. My goodness. I love the way things change. So, the front truck is going to be the pace leader. Pay attention to the crowd ahead of you, and pay attention to the crowd behind you. Do not leave your people behind. We're heading north to Davenport. We're going to be east to Avenue Road, east on Bloor, south back to Dundas Square on Yonge. And we are staying away from the media outlets. Why? Because they have enough of our energy. I'm sick and tired of standing in front of these people and being negative. They've had enough of our negativity. We don't need them anymore. So, City Hall knows who we are. We save our energy for the streets of Toronto, for the people. You get me? Absolutely. Now, that dancing guy that's going to be at the front of the stuff, Q, do not speak to him. Okay, he's got a lot of stuff going on. The lead truck, we don't want anybody in there. Why? There's a speaker on top of it that falls off if you jump and you move. We don't need anybody in that lead truck, please. Also, we want the person on top of that truck to be able to jump down. We don't want anybody getting hurt, because these are going to be cars, guys. Stay away from the vehicles. Stay away from moving tires and stuff. Your feet don't like that kind of stuff. All right? Do not use it.
One second, please.
All right, I think he already mentioned this, but guys, I'm going to just mention this again. There's a table right here next to this little stage, and it's got applications for that law action with Line Canada and Stand Up Canada right here next to it. While we're getting ready for the march, come and grab an application. You guys got me? Thank you very much. Now, with all the trucks, guys, do not use the truck as your garbage bag. Don't put your coffee in the truck. It gets knocked over and ruins equipment. If anybody tells you getting out of the trucks, you got to make a move and get out of the truck. If anybody wants to get in the truck because they have mobility issues and you're getting tired, jump in a car, stop it, jump in the back. There's a bin of line buttons everywhere around here. Grab them for your own. Do not stand around the speakers. And what else we got? Guys, that's pretty much it. We're going to play some music for you while we get ready, prepare for a march, and we are going to see you in front of all the people of Toronto. Thank you for being here with us today. Thank you for the Patriots of Canada to be here. We appreciate you so much.
Come on, Diego! Folks, get ready. We're going to break some sound here. Get the speakers on the truck. Get ready for some exercise. Under sunny skies, freedom! Freedom! Use them or lose them. Your rights count. Let's go and tell the city how we really feel. Thank you on behalf of the Lion Canada folks. Post your videos everywhere and catch us at the Lion Media on Twitter. Good afternoon to all of you. Let's march safe.
What URL I want. I have an idea. Got this.
So we're here with the Lion Canada, where the speeches are all done. So we're gonna wait for our pickup trucks to get ready. We're gonna wait for everybody to get set up with their pickup trucks so we can start doing this motorcade. Test.
We are not being slaves to your cameras of China. The Chinese Communist Party will not be Canada ever. We are not communists. We have freedom. It's democracy. We're not sitting around and let this country be taken out by a bunch of fascist dictators from another country. We will not let George Soros and a bunch of European dictators take over our country, one country at a time. Did you know that one country didn't take the
Freedom! Freedom!
Excuse me. Sorry. No, I tripped. I tripped.
Oh, okay.
Hey, officers. It's we're not that truck isn't to come out yet because that's not the lead truck. So I don't know what's coming. Just so that you know, in case you're gonna move, we're not moving yet. What's that?
Are they just doing the one side, I guess, or the one?
Yeah, well, we're waiting. That's not the truck that's leading the march. We're just waiting for everybody to set up and move.
Oh yeah. I was just asking.
Yeah, I'm just letting them know just because they see cars coming up.
I like when I get that cool shot right between you.
Yeah.
What do you do, man? I see you a couple times here.
I'm just a video guy.
Yeah, so what, man? Yeah.
How's it going?
Good, man.
We're live here. Who are you with?
I'm with DDP Studios Inc. I've been a private journalist for
Oh, okay.
29 years. I'm more of a comedian now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I just do all the live streams
for,
for all
the Red Line, yeah.
all the events.
I know Lamont very well.
So that's the lead vehicle?
No, it's not.
Oh, which one is?
Hey, you'll see it. It'll be a black pickup truck that's going to come out.
Where's it coming from?
It's
In
going
front of the line.
it's going to come out right to the front.
So it's going to park here
Yeah.
first? And, okay.
If you ever want me to run up some equipment for you, let me know.
Sounds good.
I volunteered to quit it, but you don't quit it.
Yeah. So just waiting here. The police blocking all the streets. We've got a lot of pickup trucks that are coming up that are just starting to drive up, but we have to kind of stop them from driving up because they'll just end up taking the march before everybody is ready. So we just have to kind of make sure everybody stays in line. So you've got the main organizers and the founders of the line, Lamont Daigle and George Roach. So they've organized the event here. We're waiting for them to let us know what is going on. By the time they're ready to move their pickup truck, then everybody starts coming along. So for the moment, everybody's just waiting. Just bear with us. Probably another 5 minutes or 10 minutes. The marches and the motorcades will start. So for everybody that's been following us, obviously we started this movement on the 17th of April, was our first live video. The protest of maybe 1 or 2 people, and now this is what's going on here today. Hey, officers, we're not moving up from here. Hey, everybody, we're not moving right now. We have to wait until the black pickup truck shows up. So just wait until the black pickup truck shows up at the front.
You guys over to the northbound lanes. Okay?
Yes. We're waiting. This truck is coming up. I'm not sure. That's the one that's not really. We're waiting for a black pickup truck to show up. When the black pickup truck shows up, that's when we all head out. Hey, brother. We're not moving until the black pickup truck, our pickup truck shows up, right? That's over there. It's start the march for themselves.
Where are we going?
Hey, just make sure you take the right lane when you're doing the march. Stay on the right lane. And we're gonna keep going down that lane. All right, guys, go. We're gonna wait until there's more people, so the radio don't interfere. Then you go. Then more people, then more cars go. All right? Just give it a little bit of time so the audio doesn't interfere. Yeah. So we're trying to get it so that there's vehicles, and then cars, and then more vehicles, and then more cars. That's going good. Not really. Sorry about that. I'm just going live here.
Are you guys ready up there?
Sorry.
Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready?
All right, go. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let me stop. Hold on. They're good to go? They're good to go? Because we're still waiting. Okay, let's stop.
I'm waiting for. Where's Helen?
Shit, they're gone. They're in the meat truck.
Where?
Hey guys, stop for a second. Let's let this truck go. Let this. Everybody, stop! 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 Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's go. Make sure you don't leave too much space in between, right? We don't want to lose truck.
Put your hands in the air if you feel the love for one another. Facts over fear! Hearts over mass! Hearts over mass! They cross the line! They cross the line! We draw the line! We draw the line!
All right, guys, when the truck goes, start following it. I got some power. Excuse me, guys. Hey guys, try to go on the other lane. So go right through. On the right side of the road. All right, we'll stop the traffic. You need to stay on that side.
You better start beeping that horn, sister!
Hey guys, everybody, make some room. Let this pickup truck come through. Hey guys, stop. We gotta let this truck come through. He needs to get into that lane, right? Sorry, guys. Excuse me. You guys all need to stay on that lane. Yeah. Everybody, you guys all need to stay on the right lane, on that side. Come on up. Hey guys, can everybody go off onto the park so we can let these pickup trucks drive up? Hey guys, can everybody back up so we can let these cars come up? All right, let's go. Come on, guys, let's go. Let's go. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. Keep going, keep going. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Keep going. Let's go. Let's go.
Come on now. You're a wonderful looking people. We're going to take it to northbound lane.
Massive traffic jam. Just basically jammed up all of Yonge Street at this point. Everybody needs to be on. Whose car is that? Somebody left their car right in the middle of the road, turned off the engine, it's gone, which is basically causing issues for this motorcade. Everybody's driving around now. We just keep following. Okay. Just keep following. That's yeah. No, we're just gonna keep following the crowd at this point. It's just that vehicle is in the way, so. Hey everybody, as soon as that last white pickup truck passes, you can start following it, and the bus can be at the end of the line, all right? So when that white pickup truck goes, start walking in. Look at that. You can see it, the lineups all the way down. Almost a kilometer worth of cars and vehicles. Look at that. Bystanders all on Yonge Street here watching what's going on. You guys all need to be making some noise. This is really quiet. We're starting to move up at the front. A little bit slow, but we're moving. We're moving at the front, guys. Don't worry. We're getting there. There we go. What's going on, guys? Oh, look at that. We're moving. How's it going? The lineup's starting to move. We're getting there. It's moving. How's it going, guys? Good, good. You guys should be joining right in. Yeah. Well, it's not as big as a nightmare as I thought. Look at that. Right on. Oh, that's the end of the line. We got all the police officers there. We're gonna walk up now to the front of the line where the music's going and the marchers. Whoever wants to start moving in behind the bike. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Come on up. Let's go, everybody. Everybody, let's go. Are you guys ready? You guys ready? Hey, brother. We're going to wait until the motorcade shows up a little bit more, then we're going to join right in the middle of them. Because there's a lot of pickup trucks, they need some music. Hey, guys. We're going to wait until all these pickup trucks show up, and then we're going to merge right in between. Keep going. What's that? Okay, thanks a lot, brother. Hey, Lamont. When we get halfway through these pickup trucks, stop the traffic and then let your truck in. Let him in. Why don't we just do it right now? Because there's a lot more and there's no music in between. Go right in after the next pickup truck is full. Stop it and let them go in front of it. Okay? There's a long lineup of people combined with pickup trucks and all the trailers. And then now there's just a large, long motorcade of just pickup trucks. And, so we're just trying to coordinate it properly so nobody gets left behind. See everybody's showing up. And you can see it. It's just like almost a full-on, like a kilometer long of just vehicles, motorcades, and people marching. Everybody, the bystanders all on the sidewalks, everybody's watching. Guess I haven't seen anything like this before. And when the bus turns, he might be leaving by himself somewhere else. Okay. So you don't necessarily need to follow the bus. I'll let you know when to not follow anymore. Okay. So actually follow the people, not the bus in front of him. Okay. Okay? Line up all the way up Yonge Street, all the way down, just flags everywhere. You can't see past it, just a sea of people. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Keep moving. Let's go. What's going on, brother? You doing good?
Let's go, let's go, let's go! I can hear that horn, brother. Bring up the noise!
Why are you guys so quiet? Not making any noise. Play some music. Honk those horns. I'm gonna walk up a little bit to the front.